Hello and welcome to Sports 360, your one-stop destination for all big sporting events across the globe. Premier League champions Manchester City have been drawn to face Paris Saint-Germain in Champions League group stage. Liverpool are in a tough group with Atletico Madrid, Porto and AC Milan. And with the build-up to this year's US Open blighted by the high-profile withdrawals, the 2021 edition could be the most open in men's draw in recent years. Meanwhile, the 2021 summer transfer window has witnessed some incredible deals. Club legends have moved on, young prospects have been sold for eye-watering sums. Apart from this, we also have our regular segments, Goal of the Week, Player of the Week and the Sporting Moments of the Week. But first up, the cause story you are tracking this week. Cristiano Ronaldo is headed back to Manchester United. The English club said that it has reached an agreement with the Juventus for the transfer of the Portugal forward, subject to agreement of personal terms, visa and medical examination. Ronaldo scored 118 goals in 292 games in his first spell at Old Trafford before leaving for Real Madrid in 2009. Neighbours Man City had looked to be one of the favourites to land the forward, and some reports suggested personal terms had already been agreed between the two. However, Ronaldo has opted to return to United, where he spent 6 years and won 3 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 2 League Cups and 1 FA Cup, as well as the FIFA Club World Cup and Community Shield under Sir Alex Ferguson. While the pandemic has forced many clubs to rein back their spending, the 2021 football summer transfer window has still witnessed some incredible deals. Club legends have moved on, young prospects have been sold for eye-watering sums, and there have also been plenty of bargain buys. Here are some of the absolute best transfers so far.
Memphis Depay, Lyon to Barcelona. After missing out on him last summer, Barcelona has finally signed Memphis Depay. He joins the Barcelona off the back of his best ever season for Lyon, and thanks to his contract expiring. He has not cost them a penny. If Barca can find a way to fit him into their system, they could be on a real winner. Georgino Visnaldo, Liverpool to PSG. The full effect of Georgino Wijnaldum departs from Liverpool will not take long to be noticed. The Dutchman has been a near ever present in the Reds' greatest team of the Premier League era, knitting things together in the midfield. Jurgen Klopp was desperate to keep him, and the Dutchman is likely to make a Liverpool regret letting him depart this season. In France, he should be given more license to roam forward, which is a very exciting prospect. Achraf Hakimi, Inter Milan to PSG. Achraf Hakimi is probably the best attacking right back on the planet. Last season, he registered a pretty bonker 7 goals and 10 assists to help Inter scoop the Scudetto. However, when the Nerazzurri financial issues became public knowledge, PSG smelled blood and swooped in to sign the defender. Right back has been one of the Persia's less exciting positions in recent years, and that is about to change in a big way. Jadon Sancho, Dortmund to Manchester United. At long last, Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. Signing him may have required the most threesome transfer saga in recent memory, but the all effort will likely to prove worthwhile in the end. Sancho is one of the biggest signings United have made in the past decades, and he could easily go on to become an iconic Old Trafford. David Alaba, Bayern to Real Madrid. Alaba has won 10 Bundesliga titles in Germany as well as 6 German Cups, 3 German Super Cups, 2 Champions League, 2 European Super Cups and 2 Club World Cups. Madrid will hope his arrival can serve as an injection of enthusiasm after the club finished last season trophyless, knocked out of the Champions League by Chelsea and losing a La Liga to their local rivals Atletico Madrid. Rafael Varane, Real Madrid to Manchester United. Ever since United dropped a world record fee for Harry Maguire in 2019, a debate has been raging about who he should be partnered with. Finally, the Red Devils seemed to have found the perfect solution in Varane. Blessed with a wicked turn of pace, he should complement Maguire perfectly. The fact he is costing such a modest fee is another big plus. Lionel Messi, Barcelona to PSG. Lionel Messi is probably the best player of all time. PSG picking him up on a free transfer was a cherry on the top of a truly ridiculous transfer window. His arrival leaves Pochettino with a frightening forward line, even if their work of ball will be minimal. It is hard to overstate just how big this transfer is for both PSG and a crash-strapped League One in general. Sports Desk, DD India.
Now shifting focus to tennis. It's been nearly a quarter of a century since Serena Williams, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal all set out of the Grand Slam tennis tournament. That changes now when the US Open will start at the Flushing Meadows without any member of that distinguished and dominant trio. Here is a detailed report.
Several big stars have pulled out of the American Open. Let's take a look at the complete list of tennis players who have withdrawn from the US Open. Venus Williams and Serena Williams have withdrawn from the upcoming US Open. The duo sustained an injury to their leg. Serena Williams will not play the coveted tournament for the first time since 2003, whereas Venus will not feature in the year's last Grand Slam for the first time since 2006. Both of them took to social media to announce their withdrawals from the tournament. The 20-time Grand Slam champion had reached the Wimbledon quarterfinals this year, but had also pulled out from the Tokyo Olympics due to knee injury. Federer has now pulled out of the US Open due to injury. "I'm fine, I was on holiday, I haven't done anything for a while because of my knee. I had to stop everything after Wimbledon." Rafael Nadal announced that he is ending his session because of a foot injury that has troubled him since his defeat in the semi-finals at the French Open. Taking to his official Twitter handle, Nadal wrote, "Hello everyone, I wanted to inform you that I unfortunately have to end the 2021 session. Honestly, I have been suffering much more than I should with my foot for a year and I need to take some time to find a solution to this problem or at least improve it in order to continue to have options for the next few years." Austria's Dominic Thiem will not defend his US Open title after having to pull out of the hardcourt major with a wrist injury. The world number 6, who suffered the injury in June, was also forced to skip the grass court major at Wimbledon, said on Twitter that he will miss the rest of the 2021 session. Sofia Kenin has become the latest tennis star to pull out of the US Open. The 5th-ranked tennis player took to the Twitter to share the news. Kenin revealed that she had tested positive for the deadly coronavirus and will not be taking part in the year's last Grand Slam. Kenin wrote, "Fortunately, I'm vaccinated and thus my symptoms have been fairly mild. However, I have continued to test positive and thus I will not be able to compete at the US Open next week." Kenin has not played since a second-round loss at Wimbledon after sustaining a foot injury. Sports Desk, DD India.
Top-ranked Novak Djokovic will try to complete the first calendar year men's singles Grand Slam since 1969 and become the all-time men's leader in slam titles by capturing the US Open. 5 past champions won't be in the field when the showdown begins on Monday on the New York hard courts with Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Stan Wawrinka, Juan Martin Del Potro and the 2020 winner Dominic Thiem absent due to injuries. Top-ranked Novak Djokovic will try to complete the first calendar year men's singles Grand Slam since 1969 and become the all-time men's leader in slam titles by capturing the US Open. 5 past champions won't be in field when the showdown begins Monday on the New York hard courts with Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Stan Wawrinka, Juan Martin Del Potro and 2020 winner Dominic Thiem absent due to injuries. That leaves the main obstacles in Djokovic's path to 21st career slam crown. The roots of Djokovic's amazing 2021 run were in last year's US Open, where he was defaulted out of the tournament in the 4th round against Carreño Busta when he struck a ball and it accidentally hit a line official in the throat. The 34-year-old Serbian star has not dropped a Grand Slam match this year, beating Medvedev in Australian Open final, Tsitsipas in the French Open final and Italy's Matteo Berrettini in Wimbledon final. He is trying for a calendar men's slam feat managed only by Australian Rod Laver in 1962 and in 1969, and American Don Budge in 1938. Djokovic briefly has held all 4 slams at once, winning his 4th in a row at the 2016 French Open to complete a career Grand Slam. In his career, Djokovic has won 9 Australian Opens, 6 Wimbledon crowns, 2 French Opens and the 2011, 15 and 2018 US Opens. He has spent a record span at the world number 1 more than 335 weeks and comes into US Open not having played since losing Olympic bronze medal match to Spain's Pablo Carreño Busta. Nadal, who along with Federer and Djokovic shares the men's record at 20 slam titles, sees no reason why the Serbian star won't finish what he has started. Rivals ready for Novak. US Open 2019 runner-up Medvedev, who won a tune-up title at Toronto, sees Djokovic a clear favourite. Meanwhile, Tsitsipas are proud of his ranking and is Roland Garros finals run-up. Zverev, last year's US Open runner-up, won the last major tune-up title at the Cincinnati and a gold medal, giving him a 12-match winning streak heading into the Flushing Meadows fortnight. Sports Desk, DD India. UEFA Champions League group stage draw has been announced, and Manchester City are in the toughest group and United is in tricky, and all the teams in Liverpool have reached the final. Here let's take a look at the group stage draw of the UEFA Champions League. Here we can see in the group A, it's one of the toughest group. Man City is there, Paris Saint-Germain, German club, RB Leipzig and Club Brugge is also there. In Group B, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Porto and the Italian club AC Milan is also there. It's quite tricky. And if talk about the Group C, the Sporting CP is there, Borussia Dortmund, the German club is there. In Group D, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk and the Sheriff Tiraspol is also there. If you talk about Group E, the big guns of German football, Bayern Munich, Spanish giant Barcelona, Benfica and the Dynamo Kyiv. And in Group F, Villarreal, Spanish club, Manchester United, Atlanta and the Young Boys. And if you talk about Group G, Lille, the French club, Sevilla, the Spanish club, Salzburg and Wolfsburg are there. And the Group H, the Chelsea, the champions, Juventus, Zenit and Malmo. So if we talk about the Champions League group stages, tough matches are there. Group A, where Man City along with PSG, it's we can say mouth-watering clash is there. Liverpool is also with tough teams like Atletico Madrid. Now it's time for the goal of the week. Reece James slammed the ball into the roof of the net from the Mason Mount pass to make it 2 wins from 2 matches for Chelsea in the Premier League. And this is Sports 360 Goal of the Week. This week in 2012, India claimed their third Under-19 Cricket World Cup, defeating hosts Australia by 6 wickets in the final. Watch this in history section. Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur interacted with the young Indian athletes who performed brilliantly during the recently held World Under-20 Athletic Championship in Nairobi, Kenya. India has won 2 silver medals, 1 bronze medal in the championship.
Indian athletes have performed brilliantly during the recently held World Under-20 Athletics Championships. The young and talented athletes have done the country proud. India has won 2 silver and 1 bronze. Women's long jump prodigy Shaili Singh won silver, while Amit Khatri won silver in the men's 10,000 meter race walk event. Also, Indian mixed 4x400 meter relay team bagged bronze medal. After returning from Kenya, these athletes met Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur. On the occasion, the minister held official talks with them, during which he talked about their experiences and struggles. He also sought suggestions from them on ways to improve sports facilities at the ground level. While congratulating the athletes, Anurag Thakur said that they have not just won medals but inspired youngsters to join sports.
World 20 Athletic Championship में हमारे खिलाड़ियों ने बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया है. अमित खत्री, शैली सिंह ने जहां एक और सिल्वर मेडल जीता, और शैली सिंह का तो मात्र 1 सेंटीमीटर से गोल्ड मेडल चुका है. ये अपने आप में दिखाता है कि जहां भारत ने पहले से बहुत बेहतर प्रदर्शन किया, हमारे एथलीट्स ने और अच्छा करना शुरू किया, वहीं पर बाकी खिलाड़ियों ने भी, चाहे अब्दुल रज़ाक हो, भरत श्रीधर हो, प्रिया मोहन हो, सुमी हो, कपिल हो, इन सब ने जो ब्रॉन्ज मेडल जीते, ये एक अच्छी पहल है जो दिखाता है कि भारत एथलेटिक्स में और अच्छा कर सकता है. और इसलिए मेरा आज मिलने का भी इनसे एक अनुभव प्राप्त करने का था कि ग्रास रूट लेवल पे ये और क्या चाहते हैं, किस तरह की सुविधाएं हों, बेहतर कोचिंग और कैसे हो सकती है, और प्रसन्नता इस बात की सबको अच्छा लगा कि फेडरेशंस और सरकार, भारत सरकार की ओर से इनको जो मदद मिली, ट्रेनिंग मिली, उसका लाभ भी इनको मिला है.
The sports minister also took the opportunity to assure the young athletes that the government fully supports them. Anurag Thakur said many schemes being run by the government for past many years have helped athletes a lot.
हम सबका प्रयास रहेगा कि आपकी ट्रेनिंग में कोई कमी ना आए, आपकी सुविधाओं में कोई कमी ना आए. इसलिए आपसे बातचीत करके, खुले मन से बातचीत करके, कि ग्रास रूट लेवल की फीडबैक लेके क्या परेशानी खिलाड़ी को आती है, क्या सुधार किया जा सकता है. हमने 5-6 वर्षों में कुछ करने का प्रयास किया है. टॉप जैसी स्कीम को चलाया है. एलीट एथलीट को देश विदेश में ट्रेनिंग दी है. बहुत सारे एथलीट्स को तो 300, 400 दिन विदेशों में ट्रेनिंग मिली. 1,000 दिन देश के अंदर ट्रेनिंग मिली. So training any athlete for 400 days overseas or 1,000 days within the country was not an easy task, but the government of India is hand-holding, the SAI is hand-holding the athletes, and will keep doing so.
These super dynamic and talented young achievers from various sports are the country's shining stars. The under-20 athletes gave the country a proud moment by their outstanding performances. The future world champions are now focusing on the upcoming Asian Championship, where they will try to better the world records. Sports Desk, DD India.
After clinching silver at the World Under-20 Athletic Championship for the country, long jumper Shelly Singh shares her happiness with her coach Robert Bobby George and senior athlete Anju Bobby George. Our correspondent Suchitra Varjo talks to the trio about their experience.
So we have with us Shelly Singh, who won silver in long jump in Under-20 World Athletics Championship. Anju Bobby George, who's been there, done that. And one common factor in both the long jumpers, their coach, Robert Bobby George. So Robert, first I'll start with you. You have trained these two super girls. So how lucky do you feel when you see yourself coaching two medalists at the world level?
Thank you. It's actually, I'm blessed. I feel that I'm blessed working with the two best talented long jumpers in the country. I'm really blessed. So it's any coach's dream to work with such kind of talents.
And what similarities do you see in these two girls?
There are many. If I tell the truth, then she'll be Angie will be angry with me. Both are determined. They have the grit. The other way, like Shaili, I can tell whatever I want. Now she obeys that. The wife is a different thing. That's all.
शैली, आपकी अगर बात की जाए तो अंजू बॉबी जॉर्ज के बाद अब आपसे उम्मीद है देश को इस सिल्वर मेडल के बाद अब काफ़ी आपसे उम्मीदें बढ़ गई हैं. अपने इस मेडल में कोच का रोल किस तरह से देखती हैं?
कोच का मेन ही रोल है. तो मेरे से ज़्यादा तो मैं अपने कोच को ही देना चाहूँगी, क्योंकि अगर वो नहीं है तो मैं भी नहीं हूँ. अगर सर मुझे ट्रेनिंग नहीं देते तो मैं मेडल भी नहीं लाती. तो सबसे ज़्यादा कोच को ही. थैंक यू.
Anju, you know the significance of this medal, World Under-20. It's a world level medal in long jump, and you have been there, done that. You know how difficult it is to win a medal at the world level. So how do you see her journey?
See, in World Championships and Olympics, see, all are equal. So there is no difference much difference between first to 8. So for a medal, we can just expect. Otherwise, we cannot predict that who is going to win the medal. So we have to put our 10% effort for getting that medal, and she was really executing that. And actually, Bobby gave 660 target, and she did exactly just 1 centimeter lesser than that. So that fighting spirit, she was showing that, and that is what we need.
कुछ गिफ्ट की आप बात कर रहे थे. एक गिफ्ट है जो शायद मिस हो गया, तो अब नेक्स्ट क्या टारगेट है? कहाँ पर वो गिफ्ट आप लेने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? गिफ्ट का लेवल कुछ बढ़ाएंगे अब?
जी मुझे नहीं, वो एंड्रिया और एरन को चाहिए था सर से. अगर गोल्ड आता तो काफ़ी वो भी बहुत खुश रहते, क्योंकि उनको गिफ्ट भी मिल जाता और मैं भी खुश रहती.
Do you think it's a blessing in disguise when these young kids go, because there is no pressure, there is no pedigree, there is no past experience, so it's very easy to perform at your best when there is no pressure and no expectations from you?
The pressure is there. I think it's behind the curtain and nobody is seeing that, whatever the pressure we are taking that. So we don't want to show the public that one. And as a coach, I don't want to show that to Shaili or Anju. I don't want to experience that. The coach is somebody who is absorbing all the pressures. And we are playing a great amount of role. We are the people who are running the show, basically. And nobody wants to know that, behind the curtain, what is happening there. Like everyday training is difficult for us. Every day, completing a schedule without injury to any of my athletes, that's a big challenge for me. So, meeting our targets, like breaking our physical barriers, one of the other things every day, that's also a challenge. So I'm designing a program like they can enjoy the training. Athletics people believe that's boring things, but most of the day somebody will be breaking their personal best in some or the other thing like a speed or power or something, and they are happy about that. That's what which inspires them to go all out.
Anju, what is the secret? Sometimes we see in the important tournaments, in a final, some champion athletes, they do not perform at their best. So what is the secret? How do you perform at your best in a final at the world level?
See, that's the work of a coach. So that's the greatness of a coach. See, he is just telling us what to do and we are just executing that. And we completely believe in his capacity and his ability. And he is, before going the championship, he is giving us a target that you have to achieve this and you are already there. And that belief, see, what he is giving us is enough to do best performance in the world stage or bigger championships. So even when I was doing, I was always getting my best performance in the bigger championships, and she is also exactly doing that. So I can say that that's Mr. Robert Bobby George.
तो कितनी खुशी अपने इस रिजल्ट से और कोच की जो मेहनत है आपके पीछे उसे आपने एकदम सार्थक करके दिया?
जिससे काफ़ी खुशी है, मतलब काफ़ी ज़्यादा है.
अपने रिजल्ट से आप
जी.
And what is your next target for her?
Obviously, this year we are going to wind up almost. And next year we have bigger championships coming, Commonwealth Asian Games, and in between probably the World Senior Championships. And she is, capable of reaching the finals, best of 8 in the World Championship right now. It can come.
That's all in this edition of Sports 360. Before we wrap up, we leave you with the stunning images of the mountain biking. Namaskar.